Hello everyone, and welcome to day 9 of the Canadian Tulip Festival. Yes, we finally have some sun in the sky and the blooms are out. We do have a lot of visitors here today in the park, so I want to remind everyone it's walk through only, and please keep 6 feet apart, or 26 tulips as we like to call it. Here you'll see we're at our Queen Juliana bed, which has made a lot of progress.
Yes, they were here.
And because we visited that one a lot, we're going to come a little bit further down.
It'll be me in the back.
My favorite dusty pinks have come up. You see, we're really coming along now. You can see in the distance our Liberation 75 blooms are up today, so we're going to take a look over there, and we're also going to check this bed here. No, I know, Miriam. I'm nervous too. A lot of people crowding together, not a lot of masks. We got to stay far apart or they'll mow these down, I'm afraid. So you can see they're really coming up here. This is the Acropolis. The cream is the Ivory Floral Dale. And down at the further end we have the Pink Impression. Let's take a look. Bonjour Sylvie, ça va? You see the Pink Impressions here. Look at that. Yesterday's rain combined with today's warmer weather has got us looking really good. Still more to come in the shady parts, but where it's sunny, I know, aren't they gorgeous? Let's just get right in there. Gosh, they're just perfect. Now we'll go take a look at our Liberation 75 bed, which has gone from buds to blooms in the last 2 days. Right now we're in Commissioner's Park at the edge of Dow's Lake. I'm walking where our tulip pavilion would have been. But you can still go online, tulipfestival.ca, to do all the shopping that you would have found right here in this field. Now look at this. Lib 75s are out. So I hope you all enjoyed the drone footage we did. We're thinking we'll come back at the end of next week and do it again when the blooms are looking good. And look at that. I'll go back Project Local and see what the map says for that. But these are yellow sweethearts combined with Liberation 75. That's an orange emperor tulip. We sold 1.1 million of them last fall. Many of you will have planted them all across Canada in honor of the 1.1 million Canadians who served in the Second World War. We had a very special planting with this bed last year. We had veteran Don White, one of the heroes of Leeuwarden, and the last of the dragoons still alive. He picked up the ceremonial Liberation 75 bulbs from Princess Margriet in the Netherlands. Brought them over here, and we had a little ceremony where we planted with some high school kids and some of our veterans. These yellow guys are called a sweetheart tulip, and the orange ones are the Liberation 75. Now we'll go across the path and I'll get you the answer to those other guys. Let's get our map. Okay. Keep a nice wide distance. We'll go take a look at these. This is bed 333. And that is, hold on a second, check the secret map here. Oh, look at how beautiful. This is the Helmar. That's what this is called, the Helmar tulip. So a yellow with a gorgeous orangey flame. Very tall stems. In the back, we have the chansonnette. That's the white and burgundy that you see that are just starting to come up. They're an early to late bloomer. And then we also have the Jan Roos. That's the pure burgundy that you see in the middle. Oui, Sylvie, we're editing it right now. So as soon as the French version of the tour is ready, I'll put it up on our YouTube channel. So that's what we got in this bed. Now, let's thread our way through here carefully. We'll take a look at the mixed bed coming up. Sorry. Okay, so our mixed bed coming up here is, let's take a look. We've got the Antoinette, the Exotic Emperor, and the Ecstatic. This is a fun little mixed bed, kind of romantic. Ah, merci Sylvie, j'essaie. Nobody's perfect, but we try. Not the standard beds you'd see here with the blocks of color, but there's something kind of whimsical about the mix. Hi, Manitoba. Glad you could join us today. It's lovely here. How is it where you are? Here we are in this mixed bed again. Excuse me. And that's the Antoinette. Oh, I hope you had a good time, Helen, when you were here last year. And hopefully we can all be back here again together next year, even if we have to change the format a bit. There's our man with two hats. This is a copy of a sculpture that was made in Apeldoorn. So this fella came here in 2002, dedicated by the princess. And across the ocean, there's another man with two hats living in Apeldoorn, and that's why he's holding two hats. He's saying hello to his friends across the water, which is why the artist placed him looking across the water. So let's walk in deeper to the park. Yeah, we got getting some ducks following us. And let's see how the interior blooms are doing today. Only for those who live within walking or biking distance can you come to the park. And you'll notice here, we have a lot of cyclists today. It's beautiful weather, so if you live within walking or biking distance, you can join at the park, but try to stay far apart, be safe, be smart. We don't want everyone getting sick just because they wanted to take a look at the tulips. So here we're coming into the heart of the park, and this is the shadiest part of the park. So often it's the last place that blooms. And normally we would have our heritage pavilion right over there, right in the center. And we'd have some displays here. We'd have a whole row of food trucks over there. And we'd have our concerts playing right over there. So, because we can't do that, be sure to visit the website. We have all our concerts on there. We have everything that we would have been showing you in the park is now available on the website or Tulip TV or on social media. So now we're heading to bed 336. Let's take a look at this guy. Oh, thank you. All right. Doggies are allowed in the park as long as they're on leash. There's a good doggy. And, okay, let's take a look here. We're looking at the white exotic emperor, the ecstatic rosy red is what this is. So take a look here. Hello, Barhaven. Okay, so that's what we're looking at there. We're looking at the ecstatic and the exotic emperor and the Antoinette in lemon. Look at that, they're so bright. Hello, Edmonton. It's great to see how many people are joining from all over the country. Glad we can share our tulips with you. Because you know, the original gift of tulips was a gift to all Canadians, not just for Ottawans. They were given to all of Canada by Princess Juliana back in 1946 to say thank you for the role Canada played in the liberation of the Netherlands. And a little extra thank you for hosting the royal family for 3 years. And Princess Marguerite was born at the Civic Hospital, which is just down the block from here. Hi, Toronto! I'm a Torontonian, now a Ottawan. Hope it's lovely there today, like it is here. Oh, and Barry, okay, we got everyone watching. Okay, let's see how, now again, these are the shadier beds, so they come out a little bit later. So last time we looked at them, they were barely in bud. Oh, and here you'll see they're just starting to poke out. Let's take a look. Oh, look at they're a little further behind. That's the Rhapsody of Smiles is the name of this fella. Look at him. We won't be touring Majors Hill. The tulips around the city are cared for and maintained by the National Capital Commission. The Canadian Tulip Festival is a separate, standalone, not-for-profit dedicated to celebrating the gift of tulips. And so our location is strictly in Commissioner's Park now. You can see this bed is not ready for our Rhapsody of Smiles. They're not smiling yet, but with weather like this, it won't take long. And here we are walking by what would have been our Heritage Pavilion there. And our concert stage typically goes right there. But again, tune into Tulip TV. You'll get the same concerts you would have seen here, but you have to watch them from home. Now we have our mixed bed up here. Gotta flip our pages. Ooh, our central bed's coming along. This is a lot of perennials and daffodils. So I'm just going to take you down a little further to the heart of the bed, see how they're doing. Wanted to do a wee check-in. I won't take you through the whole park because you've got Tina Lou from the NCC for that. And you've also got our aerial stuff. Oh boy. Now this is always a late blooming bed. And you can see they're not there yet. Bed 342. This has our Canada 150, which is always a late bloomer. And it also has the sun catcher. So a beautiful yellow with our red and white. And the Canada 150 tulip is a late bloomer, so it's not a surprise that he's not out yet. He typically comes out in the last week of May. So you can see he's working on it, but he's right on time. That's how he works. So we're not worried about him. Now let's go see these guys. Oh yes, all the flowers have been making a lot of progress. So this bed is really something once he gets into full bloom. You're looking at 4 different styles of tulip here. Let me just get the right ones. Hold on. Hold on, everyone. Yes, wasn't Kelly Lee Evans amazing? What a voice. Today we've released our throat singers from Sunstrum, and they were fantastic. I have to admit, I smiled the entire time I was editing. Like, it's just so cute. Okay, hold on a second here. We've traveled a lot of ground in a short period of time. Okay, here we are. So, in this case, we've got yellow, burgundy peach, and burgundy orange. So let's take a look. Whoop, make sure we're distancing here. You'll see they're just, whoop, starting to come up. So we'll keep coming by to bring you 360s. Maybe we'll do another set of aerials as we go from early bloom to mid-late bloomers. Now what do you think? Should we keep walking? There's a few more sunny beds down the end, so let's take a look. We'll just make sure we stay apart. See, everyone's doing a pretty good job. You'll see the odd straggler coming up. Little early fellas. Oh, and the red's just peeking through. Look at this, so close. Come on, little buddy. But we're expecting a couple more days of warmth, and that makes all the difference. I had a good watering yesterday. Lots of warmth today. Another couple days, that middle bed will be up. So let's take a look down here. Long walk. But that's what it's like to come to the Tulip Festival. You gotta have your walking shoes. The park is 1.2 kilometers long. So, if you walk the whole thing there and back, you're gonna want your runners. Gets to be a lot of walking. All right. Here we're coming into what would normally be our kid zone. Here we go. All right. It is much busier today, Marvin. The sunshine, the good warm weather, I'll be honest, makes me a bit nervous. We really want everyone to be careful. Now, let's look up our map here. So, we're at bed 343. Let's look up at bed 343. 343. So in here we've got daffodils that keep the squirrels away, and this is our big love. This is called Big Love Pink. So let's take a look here. There we go. You can see as you get to the sunnier end of the bed, the big loves are doing really well. It's a beautiful pink. Isn't that lovely? I love the big love. Very happy open petals. So the next one we're gonna go look at is bed 344. Has a lot going on in it. Let's take a look. This is one that is an early bloomer, so now he's right in his prime. Okay, so there's a lot of guys in this one. This has got the creamy yellow is the Akabono. The red and orange is the double Dugoshnik. And then there's a double Shirley in cream and purple. If you look in the heart, you'll see a bit of those purple guys. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. See the purples? Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous. And I see the rest of the beds are looking good at the sunny end. So let's keep walking. Take a look at these guys. And the next up we've got Dance Line, Night Watchman, and Angelique. So those are all darker tulips. The only color that tulips do not naturally come in is blue. So if you see a blue tulip, it's been dyed. They do not come in blue.
I don't even know how to get in when the girls give me a...
So whenever I see things with blue tulips on them, it gets me slightly irritated. I feel like telling someone, don't you know, they don't come in blue. So in here we've got the Dance Line, the Night Watchman, and the Angelique. And again, they put the daffodils in to stop the squirrels from eating the bulbs. You can use blood meal, you can use hair clippings, but if you want something actually pretty to put in to stop the squirrels from eating your tulips, the answer is daffodils. Look at those, just gorgeous. All right, I think we'll do one more set of beds for us. We're almost at the end. We've almost walked the whole thing. Might as well. All right, so the next bed, 345. Let's take a look at that. Oh. Okay, make sure we stay wide. That's it. Okay, bed 345 is really coming out now. Look at this. Beautiful. And this one is the Princess Irene and the Pretty Princess. The Pretty Princess is the pink, Princess Irene's the purple. Gorgeous. Hey, absolutely beautiful. And then, of course, as we get into our shady beds, later bloomers coming up. Oh, hold on, I gotta get this Pretty Princess. Look at how beautiful. She's like perfect. You're just a perfect little flower. That's awesome. Okay, let's keep taking a look here. So we see bed 366. This guy is full of late bloomers. This allows us to give some time for the garden to be in bloom. And hold on, I got my wrong map. Next one. This is a long bed full of a lot of different guys. It's got brown sugar, apricot fox, ice cap, Ronaldos, tons of them. Tons of different fellas, all waiting to bloom. All these guys likely next week, judging from the shape of their buds. And you'll see here where the sunny patches come in, they're starting to come up. Isn't that pretty? Kind of a variegated pink and green. How unusual. And then, of course, you know those beds down there, we've shown you a lot from the south end of the park because that's our sunniest end. So we'll take a quick peek over there, check on how the babies are doing. Hello, Ogdensburg. How are you? Okay, so you'll notice the first ones that came up in this grouping was the middle group. It was the pink emperors that came out first because they're the earliest bloomers of the bunch. So let's take a look at what the other ones we have. Doo-doo-doo. Ooh, I wonder if the parrots are up further down. We'll go take a look. Oh, hold on. Need to find that yellow. There he is. Okay, the yellow pomponette. Let's go take a look. You'll see what a difference a week makes. Last week it was just the pink in the middle. Now we've got our yellows, pinks and oranges all coming up. And we'll take a look at our pink emperors. You'll see they've already gone past peak bloom. So they're starting to open up and be done. And then here's another set of our Liberation 75s. And it's finally time for them. Look at that. So I'll show you something neat over here. If you'll notice in and amongst the trees, there's a couple of really tiny, thin beds. Here and here. We're going to walk over. These are the NCC's test gardens. This is where they place the tulips that they're not sure about. They think they may want to plant them around the city, but they have to test them first. And these are the test beds, so that they get an idea as to how each breed of tulip will behave. And if you see here, this breed's looking lovely. So all of these little beds along the edges are the NCC test beds. And we'll take a look at another test. Another type of testing going on. I guess you gotta know who's gonna grow and what time and how they're gonna look. Here's another one of their test beds. And again, they'll want to see which ones come up, when they come up, etc., etc. And here we are, we've made it all the way, our 1.2 kilometers, to the end. Holy moly. And take a look at these last blooms and then we'll head back. And let's see, this final bed I believe is a mixed Van Eyck in several colors, but let me just check my map. 353. Yep, mixed Van Eyck. That's what we got there. And that is a pretty common tulip. Between the Darwin, the Triumph, and the Van Eyck, those are the three you see most often at garden centers and places where you can buy tulips. Because they're hardy, they come up early, they behave themselves, they look big and happy, and they're not tricky to grow. So you'll notice that the beds we have beside the roads, the NCC is smart and makes sure that there's early bloomers and easy bloomers so that we can put on a great show as soon as it gets nice out. So, a different view this year, that's for sure, from the south end of the park. Normally our crowds are packed shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow. This year, no amenities in the park, just our locals enjoying some color and some good flowers. So be sure to check out the website. I'll be back for our check-in again tomorrow. And remember, if you don't live within walking or biking distance, please stay home, stay safe, and help save lives. Thank you. See you tomorrow.